All right, hey everybody. I think we're gonna start in like a couple of seconds. We're just gonna let any like other people who are a bit late to file in. But basically, this is gonna be our first meeting, and if anyone has like any questions, you can just hold on. We'll have like a Q&A at the end. This is gonna be mainly like informational. So like we're just gonna be talking about what the club is because this is like brand new to everyone, including us. So today we'll probably cover about us, right? Who we are and what we're trying to do, some important information, some of the lesson topics, and then some activities we plan to cover. And also we'll have a Q&A, and we're also gonna have a Kahoot at the very end if we have enough time. We might not if we're running short on time. So first, about us, I think we should introduce Ms. Silcox. So would you like to introduce yourself to those who might not know who you are?
Sure. Mrs. Silcock, teacher at Suzanne Middle School. I teach elective. Hi, Penny. And video production. I've had some of these students here that are running this group, so I'm kind of excited for them. I will be here just kind of as the Suzanne representative of the club team or the club. Okay. I do want to remind people that it is a club, and you need to have basically similar protocol to like a school session where you need to keep your names appropriate. You need to, have appropriate backgrounds and things like that. Okay.
All right, thank you. And then now for the rest of us. So we're all high schoolers. So I'm Eric, I'm the president. I'm a sophomore, and a couple of things that I'm like pretty involved in is basketball, STEM, and technology. And
I'm Zenkai. I'm the VP. I'm also a junior, and I like doing cybersecurity, robotics, and language learning in my spare time.
Hi, my name is Emma Lynn. I'm a sophomore. I'm the secretary of this club. I don't like math. I write everything in STEM pads, and I like language learning.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm part of the cabinet here, and some of the things I'm involved in is cybersecurity, robotics, and FPLA.
All right, so hello, my name is Joshua Su. I'm the cabinet, I'm a junior, and I very much enjoy math, robotics, and programming.
Hello, my name is Lucas He. I'm a cabinet. I'm a freshman. I do like math, and I'm involved in cybersecurity and FBLA.
So basically, the goal of this club is that we hope that we can inspire you guys in all aspects of computer science and ultimately to have fun. So we'll have an icebreaker activity in breakout rooms so that you guys can get familiar with each other. And so when we call you, please introduce yourself with your name, your grade, and maybe some of your interests or hobbies. We'll be opening the rooms soon.
I'm opening the rooms right now, so they're gonna be completely random, but there's hopefully going to be one like officer in each room. All right, the room should be opening right now, so hopefully you should be joining the rooms. Hey Elliot, can you join room 4? Do you have that option? So for those of you guys in the main room right now, we're just waiting for the rest of the rooms to like rejoin. So there might be a bit of lag time.
All right, so it seems like everyone's getting back in here. And so when talking about our club, it's really important, especially over quarantine and this pandemic and all of this distance learning, that we keep connected with you guys. So there's a couple of things, a couple important info that we have. And so we have a sign up form. So make sure to go on the sign up form, bit.ly/SMS form. And that's just for signing up to make sure you're a member and everything. And we also have a link tree with a lot of links, and you can find out more there. It has a bunch of info. And we also have the remind at SMS Comp.Sci will be sending announcements for meetings and everything. And there's actually, I think there might be an issue right now with the age limit. So we're trying to figure that out right now, but we'll definitely keep you guys updated. And yeah, and so our email is also whscompsciclub@gmail.com. So yeah, you can contact us there as well. And so on that, we also have another form in addition to the membership form. It's a poll of just wondering what you guys prefer. So what's easier to connect to you guys. So if you guys could fill that out and put whatever you guys are easy to access or you guys can easily access, that would be great. I think there's one more slide. Yeah, I think Eric put in the chat. And so like today, we had a meeting on Tuesday, and every other Tuesday we'll be having meetings during lunch from 12:30 to 1:10. And the meeting info is down there below. And I think that's about it for important info.
And as for lessons, so first of all, next slide. Let's first explain what computer science is. So computer science is simply put the study of computers and computing, as well as their applications. So people who's involved in computer science are often employed in a lot of different places, and they do a lot of different things. So computer science isn't just programming, as a lot of you might think it is. There's also back end and front end. So if you see on the left, you have databases, which basically is like a structure that can store different information. There's also artificial intelligence, where you try to create sort of like a human intelligence within a robot. You have operating system, algorithms, computer architecture, and these are just a few of what computer science contains. So it's not just programming. But for our purpose of this club, we'll probably be focusing more a bit on programming, and now we'll hand it over to Lucas.
Okay, so what does programming? Simply put, programming is a way of telling your computer what to do. So there's many different programming languages, and they each have their own uses. But basically, whenever you're performing a task, like you're typing a letter on your keyboard or clicking your mouse, you're telling the computer what to do. So in this class, we'll mostly be focusing on the coding for programming. So we're going to be teaching you different coding languages and how they work and what you can do with them. So if you go to bit.ly/SMS CSE lesson, you can see all of our slides and videos we're going to be recording all our meetings. So if you miss out on one, you could just go watch it and go take your notes. So this is going to be really helpful. And I think it's also in the link tree if you lose this link.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about activities. We are looking forward to doing some projects over the school year, although we're still thinking on it. So the Nan to Tetris thing, the course seems quite appealing. And if anyone is interested in creating a computer system from scratch, I guess you can message us after we figure out a way to do that. So for hackathons and challenges, we will mainly be using HackerRank and LeetCode. And for competitions, we plan on doing USACO and HSPC. So for USACO, the first competition normally starts in December, and there are 4 competitions total from December through March. And they're all free. Each participant starts as bronze. And if you do well enough during these contests, during 1 of 4 months, you can get promoted to silver, gold, and eventually platinum if you're pretty skilled. You can look at past contests on the website, and you can check out the types of questions that will show up on the test. And the training website can also be found. And then there they have resources and lessons useful for people who want to prepare for it. And the other one is HSPC, the high school programming competition. And we will talk about that later in the year, I think.
Okay, so we're basically done with all of our pre-prepared slides. We're about to have a short Q&A. So basically, I'm gonna copy this link and send in the chat, and you guys can click the link, follow along, and basically just ask your questions. You can ask it anonymously or not. And we'll be able to answer them and see whatever questions you have. And I'm not sure why the link I sent in the chat is not like a clickable link, but you should be able to copy and paste that into your browser and it should still work. Thanks, Daniel. All right, so the first question we have is from Anonymous is, are we gonna do Java programming? So basically we haven't exactly decided on what we're gonna do related to it because we wanna make sure everyone's able to follow along, and we understand that the majority of people are have different skill sets. Some of you guys may already know how to program and some of you guys may be just trying to learn something new. So we're gonna be working on that, and if we do, we potentially might do Java programming, but if we do, it will be probably much later into the school year after we teach them more fundamentals and basics of programming beforehand. So there's some more questions. I see, what programming language will we learn? I kind of just answered that. We're not going to specifically start off on any programming language specifically in the beginning. But if we do, we'll probably start with Java and Python, which are the more simpler languages.
There's another question. Are we going to play Minecraft? And although Minecraft is coded in Java, we most likely won't be playing in Minecraft or many games, but we'll definitely be hopefully giving you guys tool sets to create games, possibly.
So for this question, what kind of things will we make with the programming languages we learn? So that's basically the projects. So we're going to probably start very simple and then make some simple projects here and there. For example, recently we're thinking of making a calculator coded in Java or Python. and stuff like that. But we're also going to be practicing with the languages and skills that we learned also beforehand. So for example, we might have like some like basic like portions of a project or like practice problems that we'll be using first. There's a lot of questions. Are we going to need to download any apps? As of now, we're not going to need to download any apps at all. If/when we do move on to, for example, Java and Python and actual programming languages, we will need to install like a code editor as well as installing like the actual Java and Python into your computer, but we'll explain that a bit later. And then about homework, so because we're a club, we aren't really gonna like assign any exact homework. We'll probably assign like some stuff you guys can check out in your free time, and like some practice problems and like some challenges that you guys can. One of the practice problems or challenges that you guys can do in your free time, but we're not gonna assign any like direct homework and grade and or like give you guys a grade on anything, if that's what you guys are wondering. Also, if for some reason you cannot access this like link and ask the questions through the built-in Google Slides functionality, you guys can also use the chat and we can answer from there too. We'll be looking at that. So are we going to make artificial intelligence? So unfortunately, we probably aren't going to, mainly because it's pretty advanced and we want to first teach the fundamentals of computer science. Like Josh and Lucas mentioned, we're probably going to stick to more programming in the beginning. However, in like a couple years, depending on what grade level you guys are, if you guys join the high school's computer science club, we probably are going to be dealing with more things like machine learning and AI. So is this club going to last until the end of the year? So yes, we probably are. We back to our meeting schedule. So we're going to have meetings every other week on Tuesdays on Zoom. When we do go back to school after quarantine, we'll probably like refigure out a time to meet, whether it's still online or we do it in person and how often. But we're probably still gonna have like weekly or every other week or bi-weekly lessons until the end of the school year. But we aren't going to have like any lessons or anything in the summer. It's gonna last from start of school to the end of school. So I think the questions are starting to slow down a bit. Of course, I think we'll still wait for a couple more minutes in case any of you guys do have questions. If you guys have like some like personal questions or questions you guys don't want to ask in front of everybody else, you guys can wait until after 1:10 when the meeting's over or whenever we finish and stay behind and ask us directly. We can also do that. All right, this is a good question. Will we have class during breaks? We also will not. We're just gonna like basically like follow the school schedule. So when the school goes on winter break, our club will also quote unquote go on winter break. And same goes for like spring break and like summer break. This is also a pretty good question. So Daniel mentioned this earlier. The reason why some of you guys cannot join the Remind is because basically I created the Remind class and I'm not like a teacher and I'm not like affiliated with a school. So because of the terms and services, we can't like some of you guys who may be like under an age limit of like maybe 13 or something, you guys will not be able to join the Remind unless you have like a parent added to your account. However, we're gonna work on that and maybe ask like Ms. Silcock if something can be done, or we're gonna try to figure out some method of fixing the Remind, or else we just might use a different platform to communicate.
Yeah, even as a teacher, we still have the same issue. So even on my side, if they're under 13, only their like parents can join it.
Yeah, so I think if that's the case, we're gonna still use the Remind, and if you cannot join the Remind, we'll have some sort of other like some sort of different platform to also communicate, which hopefully everyone can join. So make sure you guys fill out that poll we sent earlier. If you guys don't remember the link, it's up in the chat, or I can resend it if you guys want. And we're gonna work on some sort of different method for communicating. Yeah, so we were thinking about Google Classroom, but the only slight issue would be that we will not be able, you guys will not be able to join the classroom with your school accounts. Like, so maybe you guys can join with your personal accounts. So we might do that.
I mean, I guess I could set up one and add you guys as instructors.
Yeah, maybe. I guess we can think about that like afterwards.
Yeah, let me know.
So if you're a person, all right, so if someone wants to join the call and they aren't in right now, I don't know the meeting ID off the top of my head. However, the link to the meeting is, I'm sending it in the chat right now. And the password is comp-sci. However, our meeting is like almost done. So I'd probably recommend you to send your friend the meeting recording, which we'll be releasing later on tonight. And we'll be sending out that to everybody else. And if you do know someone who missed this meeting, you can tell them not to worry too much because we didn't cover anything extremely important. This was just like an informational meeting, basically. And also, if anyone here has not signed up yet and filled out our sign up form, please do that sometime. It's pretty important, so we have like your name and your email so we can contact you in the future. Otherwise, we won't know who you are. So this is a slide, bit.ly/SMS CSC form. Okay, I can copy the Remind link to you guys. So the Remind, you can just text, the code is at SMS Comp-Sci, and basically that's all you really need. If you guys don't know how to use Remind, you can either use the app or the web browser, which is probably the easiest right now because I'm assuming most of you guys are on your computer. So you can just go to remind.com and then add this code into the like join class button.
You can also text 81010. If you text 81010 and then that's the number you're texting to. And then you would use the same at SMS Comp-Sci. And then that would be the text that you send.
One person said, I joined Remind, but I can't find it now. I'm not too sure what that means. Did you join our class already, or like, can you not find our class, or
the app?
Yeah.
So Jingming, when you're in the Remind app, it'll show the classes that you joined. So So you need to go look for where it says joined, and then you should see it there. Oh, you're using the browser. I don't know on that then. Oh, I guess you have to figure that out by the email that you got.
You just have to go to remind.com, log in or sign up, and then just enter the code.
Yeah, or if you're using your browser, there's actually a join link that I'm sending right now. Hopefully if I do this right, if you click on that link, it should automatically invite you to, oh shoot, I didn't send it to everyone. It should automatically invite you to join the Remind. Also, I think the questions are basically over. So we have about 7 minutes left. We do have just like a small Kahoot prepared. That's like questions about like when our meetings are and etc. So do you guys want to do that, or we can keep answering any questions you guys have, or just end the meeting now because we basically only have 5 minutes left. Okay, so I guess we can have a Kahoot and see how far we get. I'm assuming everyone here kind of knows how to do join the Kahoot. So go to kahoot.it and then type in the game pin. Is the sound too loud for anyone? I see that it's a bit too loud. Do you guys want me to just mute the sound?
We're fine with sound.
I think I'm gonna, I guess we're still waiting for some more people to join. So I think if I did my math right, there's about maybe 4 people who might not have joined. So we're gonna start now. You guys can still join even if the game is started, I believe. So the first question is, when are our meetings? So you guys have 4 options. Hopefully you guys know the answer to this. We mentioned this about once or twice. Yeah, so our meetings are, make sure to note, those of you who did put Tuesdays at lunch, it's every other Tuesday. So that means we won't see you guys next week, but we will see you guys in 2 weeks. We'll send reminders like next week and next week. Just remember, it's every other Tuesdays for now. Congratulations, Doc. So basically everyone got this right. So you can find all our information on our link tree. If you guys don't know what a link tree is, basically it just has all of our links. So it's pretty useful. And as well as our remind. And we'll also be sending it out on our email, but that wasn't an option here. So our email is whscompsciclub@gmail.com. Feel free to message us anytime for any information or questions. Also note that you guys might be receiving emails from a Google group. Basically, we had to create a Google group because sometimes Gmail blocks our messages when we send it to too many people. So if you guys see it like saying like email sent from Google group, that's also from us. I think we have time for maybe one more question. So it's pretty close right now. Yeah, so that's kind of like a trick. It was a free point. It was a free question. Each of these are correct. You can find lesson slides and recordings in our email, Remind, Linktree, and in the Google Doc. So since it's 109, it's 110 now. I think we're gonna like end the meeting now. So congratulations to William, you're our unofficial winner today. Basically, if you guys have any other questions, you guys can stay on, ask us. Otherwise, I think everyone, you guys can feel free to start heading out. Yeah, I'll send a link to the link tree right now. Wait, did I see someone say the link is blocked? Are you on like a Chromebook or something? The link shouldn't, wait, which link is blocked?
It worked for me. But when you go to,
Maybe it's blocked on our school accounts.
if you go to videos, the videos said something's wrong. But that's because you probably don't have anything yet, right?
Yeah, it's not uploaded yet.
Yeah.
It might be our school account.
Yeah,
Because you know,
yeah,
like,
your school
like,
account might have blocked.
even
the
though
link.
our teachers still use district accounts, they have more perms than we do.
Yeah. Penny, can you get into it or not?
Okay, here, let me try it. Works on my Gmail.
What about your school account? Ava, are you saying it does work on your school account?
I think it's not
It
working
works.
perfectly.
It works.
Okay.
If it doesn't work for someone, this is basically what it looks like. These are all clickable links that takes you to our Zoom link, right? This is our meeting link. It's a recurring meeting, so just use the same link every time.
I missed the chance to make a great Star Wars reference.
This is our sign up form. These are our lessons, resources, and this is our remind. So do you guys have any other questions, or are you guys just like hanging out until we end the meeting?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out here. I missed the chance to make a great Star Wars reference.
Too late.
So like, you know how it works for me, right? I should have said it's working.
Yeah, just use the link in the email, the bit.ly/SMSCSC Zoom. Just use that in 2 weeks, and we should be able to see you guys again. All right, so I think I'm gonna ask the rest of you guys to leave, assuming you guys are still here.
You can also click on their little dots and remove them.
I think Peter and Christopher might not. So I think I'm gonna remove you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Remember, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.